Have you ever heard someone say, "You need to think in English"? It sounds simple, right? But when you try, your brain says, "Wait, how? What does that even mean?" You try to stop translating. You try to speak faster. But your thoughts are still stuck in your native language. You feel blocked. You hesitate. You pause. So let's fix that. In this episode, you'll learn exactly how to think in English, step by step, like a habit. And not just while you're in class or doing a lesson, but in real life, every day. Because real fluency begins not with the mouth, but with the calm mind we're in. Let me begin with a personal story. Years ago, I had a student named Zahra. Zahra was smart, hardworking, and highly motivated. She watched English YouTube channels, she studied grammar from books, she listened to songs and podcasts. But when it came to speaking, she froze. She said, "I can't think in English. It's like my brain has two rooms, one for my language and one for English, and the door is always locked." She was always switching back and forth, translating every sentence in her head, even the simple ones. I went to the store. She had to think in her own language first. "I like coffee." Again, translation. "I'm tired today." Delay, translation, pause. This slowed her down. She wasn't fluent, not because she didn't know English, but because she didn't live inside it. And that's what I helped her do. We didn't use more textbooks. We didn't add more vocabulary drills. We just practiced thinking in English every day, every hour, every moment. So how do you do it? Here's the full guide. Practical, simple, daily, effective. Step 1. Start with simple labels. Start by thinking in one word, not whole sentences. Look around you and label what you see. You don't need to say it out loud. Just think. Table. Bag. Spoon. Door. Rain. Hot. Tired. Every object, feeling, sound. Try to label it in English. Do this wherever you are. On the bus, at school, in your kitchen. You're training your brain to connect the world around you directly to English. At first, it may feel strange. You'll forget, you'll mix languages, you'll miss words, but keep going because your brain is building new pathways. After a few days, you'll look at your phone and the first word that comes will be phone. Not the word in your language, but the English one. That's success. Lanjar. Step 2. Narrate your actions. Now take it a step further. Describe what you're doing as you're doing it. You don't need to speak out loud, just narrate in your mind. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm walking to school. I'm cooking lunch. I'm sending a message to my friend. I'm watching a video. This is powerful. Why? Because you're connecting your real life, with English, not just exercises from a book. When Zahra did this for 1 week, she said something amazing. "I didn't even notice. I started thinking in English without trying." That's because her thoughts became habits, and habits become fluent speech. Step 3. Describe your feelings. Next, move to emotions and inner thoughts. This is important because language is not just for objects and actions. It's for an expression. Start small. I feel sleepy. I'm nervous. I'm excited. I'm bored. I'm curious. Then build. I don't know why, but I feel worried today. I'm thinking about tomorrow's meeting. I hope my teacher likes my answer. You're not writing an essay. You're just practicing real, personal, emotional English. In your head. No one hears it. No one judges. And this kind of English, it sticks. Because it's real. Step 4. Use the silent conversation method. Here's a technique I give all my students. Silent conversations. What does that mean? Imagine you're talking to someone, but in your mind. Think of a friend, a teacher, a stranger. Now imagine this. You're walking on the street. Someone asks, "Excuse me, where's the supermarket?" In your head, you answer, "Go straight, then turn left. It's next to the bank." You're training your brain to create a real-life dialogue. Without pressure, or maybe you're texting your friend. In your mind, say, "Hey, how was your weekend? Mine was super busy." I went to my cousin's house. These mental conversations are powerful. They teach you rhythm, reaction, and confidence. Step 5, stop correcting. Start flowing. Here's one of the biggest mistakes learners make. They interrupt their thoughts to correct grammar. I go, no, sorry. I went no, that's wrong. Stop. When you're thinking in English, don't worry about grammar. You're not writing an exam, you're not in class. This is training for flow. It's okay to say, yesterday I go store. You know it's not perfect. Later, you'll fix it. But now, focus on fluency. Language first needs to be natural, then later, you make it perfect. Step 6, think in English when you feel nothing. Here's a trick. Practice even when nothing exciting is happening. Just sitting on a chair? Think. The room is quiet. I hear the fan. I'm sitting with my legs crossed. Just walking? The street is busy. A man is talking loudly. I'm walking fast because I'm late. It's not about the content. It's about the habit. When your brain gets used to thinking in English, it becomes your default language for daily life. Bonus practice. Use these prompts every day. Each morning or evening, take 2 minutes and answer these, in your head or on paper. What did I do today? How do I feel right now? What am I going to do next? What's something interesting I noticed today? What's one English word I want to use more? These are small questions, but they create big thinking habits. Let's summarize everything we've learned today. You don't need more words. You need more English thinking time. You don't need to speak more. You need to practice silently first. You don't need perfect grammar. You need flow. Thinking in English is not magic. It's not talent. It's just a skill. And it starts with small moments. Describe, narrate, imagine, express. Do it in your mind, again and again. And one day, when someone speaks to you in English, your response will come naturally because your brain won't need to translate. It's already living in English. Before we finish, here's a quick challenge for you. For the next 3 days, take 5 minutes and do one of these. Label everything you see in English. Describe your actions during a routine, like cooking or walking. Talk to yourself silently about your feelings. Have a pretend conversation in your head or answer the daily prompts. Choose one each day. And after 3 days, come back and tell us what changed. We believe in you. You're not just studying English, you're becoming someone who lives in English. And that's powerful. So don't stop. Don't wait. Start now. In your mind. Keep learning, keep thinking, and keep growing. We'll see you in the next episode.